And we are live here on the New York Sports Show. Hello and welcome to everyone tuning in. It's always great to be live talking some MLB trade deadline news. And it really is awesome to be live. So much going down. Adley Rutschman, the player that I put on the live stream thumbnail, or at least one of the players I put on the live stream thumbnail, traded. Just doing a quick audio check. And the audio check's good. So Adley Rutschman traded from the Baltimore O's to the Boston Red Sox. The deal is done. We are awaiting details. But man, the Red Sox making moves. The Tampa Bay Rays have been making moves, especially with the Mets. But how about the Yankees? Even the Toronto Blue Jays have made moves. Where have the New York Yankees been? I think that's the biggest question. We are about to be roughly 3 hours out from the trade deadline. At 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the trade deadline, and the Yankees have been very, very quiet. Meanwhile, their New York counterparts, the Mets, they are in full sell mode. They have been very, very busy, especially today. All the smaller trades that the Mets have done, I've updated on or either website or social media at New York Sports Show. And it has just been a crazy day. I mean, every trade deadline is crazy, so that doesn't really surprise me one bit. But man, the Yankees, though, asleep at the wheel. And watch, I've seen this a lot on Yankees Twitter, but I guarantee you, absolutely watch Brian Cashman be like, oh, well, we're going to get Aaron Judge back and Giancarlo Stanton back. Not to mention Carlos is coming back, so it's like trading for 2 bats and a pitcher. I guarantee you he's going to drop some stupidity like that. Yankees are being a disgrace right now, if you ask me. The Yankees are being an absolute disgrace. So I'm going to be hitting on a few of the past trades in a moment. I'm just waiting to see the Adley Rutschman news because that is breaking right now. The moment we went live is when he was traded. So this is fresh. This is hot off the press. It's always great seeing that. And guys, it's always good to stay hydrated too. Like choking over here. The Yankees are choking. Yankees are choking. Brian Cashman's choking. You know, I'm choking over here. Brian Cashman has been choking this whole deadline. Okay, awesome. Yankees make a move yesterday. Great. Absolutely amazing. What have they done today? And can I just say the 2025 trade deadline, looking back at it, has really been so disastrous. I mean, Jake Board, gone. Duvall, gone. It's man, it's something. I think David Bednar and Ahmed Rosario really the only 2 good parts of the Yankees 2025 trade deadline. I guess you could also say Caballero too. So many people are hating Caballero now. Like, where did all this Jose Caballero hate come from all of a sudden? Because everyone was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be the starter over Anthony Volpe. He's still putting up better numbers than Anthony Volpe. That's without a doubt. And everyone's hating on the guy. I don't get that. I don't get that one bit. So I'm gonna be breaking that down. So still awaiting any updates surrounding this trade, but we do know the Boston Red Sox have acquired 3-time All-Star catcher Adley Rutschman in a trade with the Baltimore Orioles. And that comes via Jeff Passion as the source. Now, earlier on in the day, the Los Angeles Dodgers acquired a left-hander, Chris Blubeck, in a trade with the Kansas City Royals. As the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're beefing up everything, man. There's not going to be baseball in 2027. I don't think there's going to be, at least. I mean, this Los Angeles Dodgers team, man, they are a powerhouse. If they don't make it to the World Series, then then that would be the biggest blown opportunity of all time. Well, really, it really, really would be. I mean, the Los Angeles Dodgers have a super team. I don't even know if you want to call it a super team. It's like they have all 5 Infinity Stones. The Los Angeles Dodgers are Thanos right now with the team that they have created over the course of the past 2.5 years, and especially at this trade deadline. Meanwhile, the Yankees, the team that's supposed to be competing against the Los Angeles Dodgers in the American League East side, have done virtually nothing. Have done virtually nothing this trade deadline. And that really sucks to see. I know the Yankees got Luis Garcia Jr. Yesterday. And yes, that's a big move. That's a big move. But in the reality of things, if you only have that be your only move, then that's not a big move then. That's a small move. The New York Yankees need to have a spine in their back. The New York Yankees need to have a spine in their back. The Yankees need to be feared again. Now, I'm 21 years old, okay? I'm too young to remember the 2009 World Series. I wasn't even into baseball then. So I'm too young to remember the 2009 World Series. Obviously, I was not even a thought in the 1990s for my parents. But let me tell you, seeing the 1990s, very early 2000s Yankee squads, hearing about them, that team, that era, they had spines in their backs. They were a fair team. The New York Yankees now, here in 2026, they're a disgrace. They're a laughing stock. There's nothing New York Yankee like of the 2026 New York Yankees that you would find in the 1998 or 99 Yankees team. Heck, even the 2001 or even most recently, the 2009 Yankees team. It really is. The Yankees are a disgrace to their former selves. They are a shell of their former selves. And it's really hard to see that as a fan. Okay, great. The New York Yankees have been contenders since 2017, really, and they made the 2024 World Series. That's awesome. Good for them. Are we spoiled having our team as Yankee fans? Are we spoiled having our team be in contention every single season? Yes, we are. But you know what? We are fed up about it. We are so tired about it because the New York Yankees continue to fall short. If they won even a single World Series since 2017, I feel like the fans complaining, any backlash would simply not be as bad as it is. Because, of course, there's always going to be fans who want more. I feel like any fan is like that. But it's without a doubt, though. The Yankees have had so many opportunities. If the New York Yankees kept Joe Girardi, they would have won a World Series. That's not even getting on Aaron Boone or his character. We all know how likable Aaron Boone is. But the thing is, though, with Aaron Boone is, if you want to be a good leader, if you want to be a good manager, you cannot be liked and respected at the same time. That's the thing. Aaron Boone is trying to please everyone, the media, the players. You can't do that. There needs to be accountability taken. There needs to be. It seemed like early on in the season, the Yankees were moving quickly, especially when they got rid of Randall Grichuk. The Yankees were moving very quickly in the earlier parts of the season by getting rid of Randall Grichuk. But look at the Yankees now. Austin Wells, who's sitting below 200, is an everyday player. Austin Wells, statistically, is the worst player in all of Major League Baseball right now. That's not far-fetched. That's not out there. That is a statistical fact. And the New York Yankees should be ashamed to have him be an everyday player. I think Orson Welles could be a New York Yankee. I don't mind him being on the team, but not as an everyday player. Some guys just aren't meant to be everyday players. Look at Jose Caballero. Every time he started to become an everyday player, whether it was with the Seattle Mariners, the Tampa Bay Rays, and now with the New York Yankees, he has shown his true colors that he simply cannot be that consistent. But that's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean that he's a bad player. That doesn't mean that he needs to be traded away. That doesn't mean that at all. Not at all. I feel like Yankee fans, if the players are not hitting 40 bombs in a season, then they need to be traded away. As a Yankee fan myself, I just want to see contact. I'm tired of having all these guys swing for the fences. Look at Anthony Volpe. You could say what you want about Anthony Volpe. You're probably correct in your own narrative. Okay, Anthony Volpe has more errors made than home runs. But guess what? Anthony Volpe was never, ever a home run hitter. He never was. So why do the New York Yankees still treat Anthony Volpe as a home run guy? If Anthony Volpe focused more on just getting regular contact and playing small ball, I'm not saying this guy's going to hit 300 or 280, but I guarantee you he's going to have a much better offensive output. 100%. The thing that the Yankees and Mets have done wrong is believe that they could buy wins. And in reality, they have been able to buy some regular season wins, especially the Mets. Well, probably not recently, because ever since they got Juan Soto, they've been out of contention and everything. But the thing is, though, just because a team spends $100 million on a player, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the production of a $100 million player. I've said it so many times. That's what the New York sports show is built around. It's built around not analytics like what all these sport teams look on, but it's built around the player image itself. That's why I feel like my podcast, New York Sports Show, is so unique, because it actually does a dive into these players. I said that the Yankees letting go of Randall Grichuk was a good move in terms of them not being patient anymore with players, but I think it was a bad move overall because this was a guy who raked at Yankee Stadium, and I feel like they didn't give him the largest amount of time, and now he's having a very solid season with the Chicago White Sox. So someone just commented, Detroit's fan 1978. Shout out to you, man. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm shocked about the catcher moves. Get Stevenson from the Reds. I'm shocked too, man. I really am. If this is your first time tuning into the New York Sports Show, welcome. I'm very shocked too. I'm disappointed in the Yankee catcher moves. Okay, you have Austin Wells, who can't hit his weight, literally. You have Ali Sanchez, who has bounced between the minors and majors, but is essentially a queer minor leaguer, and then JC Escobar. I like JC Escobar personally, but none of those three guys that I just named are starting catchers. They're all solid backups, in my opinion. Well, maybe not Ali Sanchez, because seeing the way Ali Sanchez has been playing defense, especially with that blunder and extra innings against the White Sox, that was disgusting. That was a bonehead move, and that should have never happened. New York should have won that game. It was theirs, and they lost it. If I was to trade a catcher, honestly, I would do Ali Sanchez. I think Ali Sanchez, though, despite his latest blunder against Chicago, I feel like he has the highest trade value right now between JC and Austin Wells. Okay, so we have an update on the Adley Rutschman trade. Poor Jeff Passan. Let me pull this up. This is a big trade from one AL East team to another. Poor Jeff Passan. Right-hander Anthony Evanson is going to the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for Adley Rutschman. A source tells ESPN he's a big time pitching prospect who's the centerpiece of the deal. So it appears that there are multiple players involved in this deal, but Anthony Evanson, I think that's how you say his last name, is the biggest part of this deal for Adley Rutschman. Now, that's a big loss. That is a major loss for the Yankees because they were eyeing him heavily. And speaking of the Yankees, so about a half hour ago, they officially added infielder Luis Garcia Jr., who will be wearing the number 26. Was that last worn by DJ LeMahieu? I think that was. I can't think of anyone else who's worn 26 since LeMahieu. Yeah, I think that was last worn by LeMahieu. Well, he was added to the active roster. The New York Yankees organization also have recalled Corvin Castro from AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre while optioning outfielder Max Schumann to AAA. Max Schumann had a solid week. I think that's it. I mean, you have essentially queer minor leaguers that could have nice mini sports in the major leagues, be everyday players, and that's not possible. It's not feasible. It doesn't happen. It is just past 3 o'clock. It's 3:03 here on the East Coast, and we are officially under 3 hours now. So 3 hours till midnight. And are we going to see doomsday with the New York Yankees, or are we actually going to see this team pull off some good trades? Meanwhile, the New York Mets, they've been so busy today. Between today and yesterday, the Mets have been absolutely jamming out trades. They're in full sell mode. But still, though, at least now, the New York Mets have not traded away Clay Holmes or Luke Weaver, who are rumored at least to still be favored by the New York Yankees for a potential reunion. That would be very interesting. And since we're still on the topic of the Yankees in some way, the Mets traded our former Yankees catcher who was on the Mets, Ben Vortvet. He was supposed to be big for the Yankees. He's now a Los Angeles Dodger. The Mets got McDormand, a right-handed pitcher from Los Angeles. Mets have done big moves. I mean, obviously, the New York Mets are out of contention when it comes to the National League East. And even though it's not official, I would say the wild card at this point, the New York Mets aren't going to be a wild card team. They're not. I really like the return though that they got for Freddie Peralta. I plan on doing a video about that, having it go up as its own individual video probably tomorrow, doing a full breakdown of that trade, especially the Gary Gilhill piece that was sent from Tampa Bay to New York. I think is such a vital part of that trade. I think the New York Mets won the Freddie Peralta trade, if you ask me. I'm interested to see who else is involved in that Red Sox trade with Baltimore. If anyone's been following on Twitter, Josh Hart has been tweeting so often about the Yankees trade deadline. It's so funny seeing these athletes of other sports just treating and talking about, other sport teams. So we got a comment from Carlisa Otero 5215 asking who's your favorite. Don't know what you're referring to, but let me just say my favorite Yankee trade of all time. I have to go with the trade that ultimately, and this is a very lesser known trade. It was the trade ultimately that was able to help bring, well, maybe it's not a lesser known trade, actually. It was the Joey Gallo trade. I'm not gonna lie, the Joey Gallo trade was my favorite Yankee trade so far because of just how the Yankees were able to structure it. Overall, I didn't want a Joey Gallo. I just really liked who that who was involved in that trade. It was for 4 prospects. Hold on, let me get it up right now. I just like, I remember that trade very well, and it was all for guys who didn't amount to much, really. I mean, so for Joey Gallo, a few years back when the Yankees traded for him, you also got Joely Rodriguez as well in there. Yankees gave up Josh Smith, who is the Yankees' number 14 prospect on according to MLB Pipeline. Quizio Duran, who is the 15th prospect. Trevor Javier, who is the 23rd prospect, and right-hander Glenn Otto. I think Glenn Otto has had the best career overall. Everyone on Yankee Twitter right now is absolutely losing their mind. Saying that they hate Brian Cashman, posting the photos of Brian Cashman doing his homeless sleep out, saying that he needs to wake up. I think Yankees Twitter is one of the most comedic, but yet one of the most toxic places you could ever, ever be at. I mean, I'm looking, I'm on Yankees Twitter right now, and this is what I see. It's just a thing of Brian Cashman just in a sleeping bag outside. I mean, it's so random. It's so funny. As a New York Yankees fan, man, it's been interesting with Brian Cashman. I'm not a fan of Cashman. I do admit he does work out some great deals, but he hasn't done much though for the organization. It's time to move on. He's the longest tenured general manager in baseball history, and there's no reason why he is. Because it's not like it's a legacy of success with Brian Cashman. I think it's far from that. Has he been successful? Yes, but I wouldn't say a legacy of success. But going back briefly to the Freddie Peralta trade, I mean, he had a 4.99 ERA in 22 appearances this season, and what did the Mets get back for just below a sub 5 ERA pitcher? Well, they get the Tampa Bay Rays 15th, 26th, and 27 ranked prospects. I mean, clearly Tampa Bay sees something in Freddie Peralta that they could fix. They're like, I could fix him. I could fix him. I don't think they could though. I think the Mets. I think the New York Mets finessed. I think the New York Mets finessed the Tampa Bay Rays, and I don't really think there's any way around that. So this is a recap so far of the New York Yankees trade deadline, as we are now under 3 hours to go. The Yankees have acquired first baseman Luis Garcia Jr., and currently the Yankees have 2 healthy full-time bats with a 100 OPS plus. That's Paul Goldschmidt and Ben Rice, who also play first base. So I think what the New York Yankees are gonna do, and I posted this yesterday on X, on Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I posted it yesterday, and I said that Ben Rice is going to end up being the starting catcher for New York. I think the Yankees are going to trade either JC Escola or Ali Sanchez, make Ben Rice the starting catcher, Austin Wells as the backup, and then a end up having Luis Garcia Jr. play first base. I think that makes the most sense. And everyone's like, no, they're not going to have Ben Rice play catcher. I mean, it makes the most sense because Luis Garcia Jr., he can't play second base good. He can't. I mean, yes, he plays second base, but he's not a true second baseman, though. He's a true first baseman. So now the Yankees have 3 first basemen. So what are you going to do? You're going to trade Paul Goldschmidt then possibly at the deadline within the next few hours? I don't see that happening. I don't I don't get it. So comment down below, guys, what you think overall of the Yankees deadline. This has been a great deadline for the New York Mets, and so far, a very quiet deadline for the New York Yankees. So the Yankee lineup for tonight's game hasn't been announced yet, but I would assume because the Yankees have introduced Luis Garcia Jr., so I assume that he would be in tonight's Yankees lineup, right? I don't see why not. I don't see any reason why not for that. The Yankees 2.5 games back on Tampa Bay, who just acquired Freddie Peralta from the Mets. The Yankees will play the St. Louis Cardinals tonight. First pitch is slated for 7:05 p.m. at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. But you know what? It is wet out. It's very wet out. At least here in Connecticut, things look to be clearing up in New York, but it was wet out earlier today in New York with some rain. So maybe a brief delay, but the game's going to be played tonight nonetheless. All right. We have a trade alert. The Chicago Cubs. This is from Jeff Passion, by the way. The Chicago Cubs have acquired left-hander Braxton Garrett in a trade with the Miami Marlins. That is all we have so far with that, but it seems like every single team not named the New York Yankees are doing trades. My gosh. Yankees, please make a damn move for the life of you. Why is it so hard for the New York Yankees to make a damn trade? The New York Yankees trade for a first baseman when they already have two first basemen who have been hitting excellent this season. So what are you going to do then? Trade a catcher. Everyone in the American League is getting players but you. I don't get this. Okay, the Yankees, they give up Camilo Duvall. They give up Jake Board. Are we supposed to rejoice as that as Yankee fans? Are we supposed to celebrate as Yankee fans that the New York Yankees got rid of two pitchers who simply are not good? I mean, that's a given. That is a given. The Yankees are asleep at the wheel. Aaron Boone is the captain of the RMS Titanic right now. I mean, my gosh. The New York Yankees trade deadline so far. We are under 3 hours to go. Everyone is adding assets except the New York Yankees. Except the New York Yankees. The Boston Red Sox are beefing up. The New York Mets have recovered very well. The Baltimore O's are making deals. The Toronto Blue Jays are making deals. The Tampa Bay Rays, who lead the Yankees by 2.5 games, are making deals. So why is everyone making a deal that's not the New York Yankees? Unless the New York Yankees have an absolutely massive final 3 hours here, not even a full 3 hours left. It's 3:15, by the way, on the East Coast. Then this will be one of the worst trade deadlines ever. I like Luis Garcia Jr. I like what he brings to the New York Yankees, but that's not enough. That's not enough. And we have another trade. The New York Mets have traded Luke Weaver to the Pirates with top Pirates prospect, Sammy Satfiora, coming back in trade. So Luke Weaver is now going to be teammates with Paul Skeens. Luke Weaver is now teammates with Paul Skeens. The Pittsburgh Pirates now have one of the best starting pitchers in baseball, now with one of the best relief pitchers in all of baseball. And Paul Skeens and Luke Weaver, the Yankees were heavy in on Luke Weaver. Detroit Lions fan 1978, something big is coming. We have to believe, man. I hope so. I hope so. I just want the Yankees to just have a decent trade deadline. I'm not asking for the award or anything like that. I'm not asking for a nice gold ball from Brian Cashman. I just want to see signs of life with this team. That's all I want to see. Luke Weaver, another potential trade target for the New York Yankees. The Yankees were reportedly interested in Luke Weaver and Clay Holmes for a reunion. Luke Weaver had a sub-2 ERA with the Mets this season. The Mets wasted a career-best year from Luke Weaver. And the Yankees lose out on the opportunity for the reunion, and now Luke Weaver is a Pittsburgh Pirate. I mean, what's Brian Cashman doing? The New York Mets are making so many moves. Stones right now is having himself a great trade deadline. The New York Mets are getting top prospects back. Okay, they know 2026 is lost, so they're looking ahead at 2027, 2028, and that is really the best thing that they should and could be doing right now. I think if you're a New York Mets fan, you should be rejoicing right now at this trade deadline. You should be so happy right now with how this trade deadline has gone. But I will admit, I'm trying to believe. Okay, do you believe in miracles? The Yankees need to showcase a miracle right now. I'm trying to believe. I am worried though. Right now with the Yankees, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, overall, the Mets have played this trade deadline perfectly. That they really have. The New York Mets have had such a phenomenal trade deadline. But it does make you wonder, though, how long of a leash does Brian Cashman have? Okay, let's say the Yankees do one more, two more trades. Also, breaking news with the trade, Dustin May, he goes to the Milwaukee Brewers. Ken Rosenthal on that first. As things are getting very, very busy. And also in the deal for Adley Rutschman, it seems that former New York Yankee catcher Carlos Narvaez is part of the deal. It appears that he is going to Baltimore. So Carlos Narvaez hopping around the American League East. I tell you, the Yankees could really use him right now. Could really, really use him right now. And I just got to say, shout out to my wife who's watching this from work. She's in the comment section. She's texting me. My wife doesn't know anything really about baseball, guys. If you guys are gonna marry someone, try to marry someone that knows what you're into. I mean, I've been trying to convert her into a baseball guru like me. We've been to a few Yankee games, but man, it's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing ever. I absolutely love it though. So the Mets making moves, the Yankees asleep at the wheel. Nothing like seeing your favorite team asleep at the wheel, man. Nothing like seeing that. For those tuning in, thank you for tuning in to the New York Sports Show. We are just over a half hour into this live stream. I plan on keeping this live stream active till after the trade deadline passes. So we have roughly 2.5 hours to go. I ask you kindly if you could please consider subscribing and liking this live stream. We talk everything Yankees and Mets daily, but here in this live stream, we're just covering the trade deadline as a whole. But man, what a tale. I know I keep saying this. I know I keep saying this, but what a tale of two different boroughs right now. Mets doing everything. I know they're in sell mode, but still, the Mets are doing everything. Yankees haven't done much. It's great seeing nonetheless. I mean, that's baseball for you. I need your best hot takes in the comments right now, guys. Best hot takes in the comments on who you think is gonna be traded. Doesn't have to be on the Yankees, doesn't have to be on the Mets, just any team in general, as we are closing into the 6 p.m. deadline. Because I really want to hear all of you guys' hot takes. Big time. I mean, overall, this has been a very, very interesting deadline. So, of course, Max Schumann, he was sent to AAA. That was to make room for Luis Garcia Jr. But that kind of goes without saying. So, a quick rundown on the standings as we approach the trade deadline. Starting off with the American League East. The Tampa Bay Rays have a 2.5 game lead over the New York Yankees. Tampa Bay has 65 wins. They're 65 and 46. The New York Yankees are 63 and 49. And then the Boston Red Sox, who just acquired Adley Rutschman in a trade that sent Carlos Narvaez to Baltimore, well, they're 60 and 51. They are 2.5 games back on New York and over 5 games back on Tampa Bay. So it looks like it could possibly be as we are in August, as we go towards the middle end of August, possibly early September, it could be a true 3-team race for first place in the American League East. And then the Baltimore O's, they're 4 games below 500, 54 and 58. And the Toronto Blue Jays, who it doesn't appear necessarily that they're doing a full-on sell at this trade, but they're 52 and 60. They're 13.5 games back. Going to the American League Central, the Chicago White Sox, who did not even win 40 games last year, being led by Murutaka Murakami, are 59 and 52, leading the American League Central. But oh boy, from first to fourth, it is very close. And we all know the ALC, anything could happen there, you see? So the White Sox, 59 and 52. Cleveland at 57 and 56. And then the Twins reverse Cleveland's record. They're 56 and 57. And Detroit, who just traded Taylor Skubal to the Los Angeles Dodgers, are 54 and 58, only 5.5 games back on the Chicago White Sox. The fact that the Detroit Tigers traded off their ace when they're still in contention for the division is beyond me. I get it's a business decision, especially with him hitting free agency, and they likely weren't going to retain him. But man, you got to make a run with Skubal, man. That was such a lost opportunity by Detroit, who even though they're in fourth place, they're only 5.5 games back, and they're 6 and 4 in their last 10. That's better than first place Chicago and second place Cleveland. Second place Cleveland are 3 and 7. And then the American League West, the Houston Astros are 58-55, leading over 2.5 games on the Texas Rangers. And then you have the Seattle Mariners, 3 games back. They're below 500. They're 55-58. And also, second place Texas is below 500 as well, with 55-57. So the Houston Astros are the only team of the American League West above 500. And then you have the Oakland Athletics at 45-67. And we have just a mini trade update on the Brewers. The Brewers are acquiring right-hander Dustin May and left-hander Jojo Romero from the St. Louis Cardinals. I announced that a few minutes ago. That's just a mini update on that. So after the Athletics in the American League West, who are 45-67, you have the Los Angeles Angels, who are 43-69. I mean, the West, the American League West, it's pathetic right now. Going over to the National League East, Atlanta Braves, they're running away with things. They're 67-45, 7-3 in the last 10 games played. The Philadelphia Phillies, even though Don Mattingly has helped turn this team around this season after taking over interim Villarreal, they are 59-53, will likely be a wild card team. And then the Miami Marlins, 58-55, a game and a half back on Philadelphia, so that could be a mini race to watch out on. And then the Washington Nationals, who just traded away Luis Garcia Jr. to the New York Yankees, they're 55-58. And then you have the New York Mets, who are sniffing 50 wins, but likely will not get them this week. They're 47-66, 20.5 games back. My gosh, that just hurt my eyes. The New York Mets are 20.5 games back on the first place Atlanta Braves as we enter the month of August. Mets are 4-6 in their last 10 games. At home, at Citi Field, where the Mets are now doing $10 vouchers, they are 25-34 at home. Away, the Mets are 22-32. The Mets have been fumbling this season, man. I mean, massively. I don't even know if you want to consider that a fumble. I mean, this is a generational blowing right here, guys. And then the National League Central, the Milwaukee Brewers lead 69-42 is their record. 6.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs, 63-49. And then the Pittsburgh Pirates, who just acquired a Luke Weaver from the New York Mets, are 56-57. They're 14 games back on Milwaukee and over 7 games back on Chicago. So it doesn't look like Pittsburgh will be able to take over Chicago's second place spot unless something drastically goes wrong. But overall, I think this is a solid season for Pittsburgh nonetheless. They've been staying around 500, been having some competitive ball games. That's more than what I expected out of them this season. But overall, a very bad season for Paul Skeens, whose ERA has been absolutely all over the board this year. And then after Pittsburgh in fourth place in the National League Central, you have the Cardinals 55-57, and then the Cincinnati Reds 53-58, 16 games back on Milwaukee. Going to the National League West, it's the same that is essentially every year. Dodgers are running away with things, 10-game lead over Arizona, who's 59-53. Dodgers 1 win away from 70. The San Diego Padres 58-54, and then the San Francisco Giants with 47 wins, and Colorado another throwaway season in August, playing non-competitive ball games. They're 24 games back at 45-67. So an update on Clay Holmes. The New York Mets are still expected to deal off Clay Holmes, as they've already dealt off Luke Weaver. Clay Holmes is still rumored to have the Yankees favoring him. But I feel if anything, if the Yankees were going to go for one, it would have been for Luke Weaver over Clay Holmes. That's my opinion, at least. And let me just say, the New York Yankees wouldn't be in position for this many needs at this year's trade deadline if they actually spent the offseason trying to improve the team. Okay, instead they're running it back with essentially the same exact team that they got embarrassed in the American League Division Series with. That's what happens when you don't address off-season issues. That's not me being just a Yankee fan being critical of the team. That's me being a Yankees fan who's being realistic about the team. And I feel like there's a very fine line, a very thick fine line that showcases the difference in that. The Yankees have acquired literally one bat this trade deadline. One bat. It's 3:32 p.m. We are now under 2.5 hours before the 6 p.m. trade deadline, and the Yankees have made one move for a bat, and Luis Garcia Jr., who plays primarily first base, when the Yankees already have two first basemen who have a great stat line this season. They still have not addressed their catcher issue. So it's a mess, man. Yeah, let me just say I was correct early on in the live stream. When I announced that Luis Garcia Jr. was going to wear number 26, I questioned if that was last worn by DJ LeMahieu in 2025 because I wasn't sure if some random player who made a handful of games after the Yankees got rid of LeMahieu wore 26. I was correct. DJ LeMahieu was the last Yankee to wear number 26, so that number last worn by DJ LeMahieu in 2025 will now be sported by Luis Garcia Jr. So this is slightly older news. I'm just now seeing this though. This was from an hour ago. Jacob DeGrom invoked his no trade clause to block a trade from the Texas Rangers to the Atlanta Braves. I don't blame him, man. I wouldn't want to go to Atlanta either. I don't care if they're competitive, man. Okay, Atlanta, the Atlanta taxes compared to playing in Texas where there's no income tax. I mean, that alone from a money standpoint, I don't blame DeGrom for doing that. I mean, he's already having like generational wealth. I feel, I feel so bad for baseball fans who are too young to experience it, or frankly, who just weren't into baseball at that time to experience it. I mean, Prime Jacob DeGrom was something else, man. Oh my gosh. I mean, you wanna see a photo of just the definition of what being dominant is, and just look up Jacob DeGrom, man. But prime Jacob DeGrom was scary. Not as scary as prime Tim Lincecum, though. I know that's an old name drop. You gotta know ball to drop Tim Lincecum in the conversation. How about Jonah Tong, though? Everyone's comparing Jonah Tong to Tim Lincecum. He hasn't put up the numbers thus far of Lincecum in his prime. Maybe when he was with the Angels, Jonah Tong is putting up those numbers. I believe in Jonah Tong, though. He's still so young. I mean, you can't rule him out of the equation yet. I mean, I'm 21, so experiencing Ken Griffey Jr. I wish I got to experience that prime Ken Griffey Jr. Man. Oh, that would have been, I can't imagine living in that era. You got prime Ken Griffey Jr., and then you have, like, some of the best hitters, and then also some of the best pitchers as well. You got, like, the likes of Randy Johnson in his prime as well. I mean, wow. Ken Griffey Jr. was definitely one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball history. That's before stats became such a big part. Everyone just looked at batting average and maybe slugging percentage, non-base percentage. But now, I mean, there's stats for everything now. You know what though? I don't consider people who use the steroids during that era as cheaters because it's called the steroid era for a reason. I mean, yes, at the end of the day, it is cheating, but I just think it's an era of baseball. It's almost like the dead ball era. Major League Baseball has gone through so many different types of eras. I think blocking a guy like Barry Bonds from the Hall of Fame is just a bad taste, or even gambling. I mean, like, at least with Pete Rose, I know Emmanuel Clase, he may be in jail. I don't even know what the last update was about him, but like betting on the game, I think that's a very poor thing to do. I'm disgusted when I find out that players of any team of any sport do that. But it's like bowling Pete Rose from the Hall of Fame and then putting him in, announcing that he's gonna be in right after he passes away. I just feel like it's just such a gut punch. Such a gut punch. So, mini update from the San Diego Padres. They have reached out on Dalton Varsho. So that could be a potential Padres acquisition there. That'd be interesting to see Varsho on the Padres. Man, Yankees Twitter is absolutely losing their minds right now. If you guys don't have Twitter, get Twitter and just follow a ton of Yankee accounts. As a Yankee fan myself, I'm freaking out just as much, but I'm just doing it inside. This is just so it's the anticipation, man. The anticipation is killing me. And I gotta say, by time the trade deadline hits at 6 p.m. Eastern time, that's gonna be the longest live stream in this channel's history. Because usually, we're about 53 minutes into it. Usually, I cap the live stream just before, just after an hour. I think the longest I've ever done is like an hour, almost hour and a half. So this is gonna be basically a 3 hour live stream. Dang. So some history being made here on the channel. Should I eat dinner for us or something? David Justice was my favorite Yankee trade from Detroit Lions fan 1978. Wasn't David Justice traded to the Moneyball Athletics the year where they were doing all that Moneyball stuff? Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. David Justice was traded to the Moneyball Oakland A's. What did they refer to him in the movie as? Old Man Justice? Something like that. I know David Justice isn't happy with how they portrayed him in the movie. He's been a really big spoken person about that. I've been thinking lately of expanding the New York Sports Show, like doing basically daily live streams, daily talks, hook it up on here on YouTube, and then like have like get a platform where you could just live stream it everywhere at once. Do YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. That's really what I've been thinking about doing lately because I would love to do a daily live streams. No, not the longest, maybe like a half hour to an hour live stream. So I got a new webcam. I gotta set it up still. It's still in the box because right now I'm using a Razer Keo Pro webcam. So I got this Elgato face cam, and it's still in the box. I got it a few weeks ago. I gotta hook it up. I just haven't had the time to hook it up. But that's a legitimate 4K webcam. This one I'm using now is only 1080p HD. It's 60 FPS. So I mean that's pretty good when it comes to 1080p, but it's always good to have a crisper image. But I would love to do more live streams, do it more frequently, do it every day. I had an Aaron Judge poster. Well, when I got into baseball back in 2018, I got an Aaron Judge poster, and my grandfather put it in our living room. It was like a generic Aaron Judge poster, like the kind that you get for like $5 at Five Below. It was a cool poster though. Ended up getting all ripped up, but it was a good poster. Right now, I'm just scrolling through Twitter just to see if there's any like lower level trades going on because everything was going crazy for a few minutes, but now it kind of calmed down. I'm sure once we hit 5 o'clock, it's gonna really get intense, really gonna get crazy. I mean, obviously the Tarek Skubal deal from Detroit to Los Angeles, nothing's gonna beat that. The level that was. Yeah, so we are doing this live stream straight until the trade deadline is over. So if you're a fan of this live stream, if you're a New York sports fan in general, subscribe if you're able to possibly. But you know what? Just thank you for tuning in, and I truly appreciate it. I myself, I've been doing YouTube since 2018. So we just celebrated 8 years of this channel, 8 years of the New York Sports Show, 8 years, over 8,000 videos, and we are approaching 100,000 subscribers. That'd be awesome to hit it before the year ends. But nonetheless, I'm just very, very grateful, very blessed by God to be doing this. And we have a trade. We have a trade with the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs are acquiring right-handed reliever Ryan Zephyjon in a trade with the Los Angeles Angels. Zephyjon goes from being on one of the worst American League teams to one of the best National League teams. I'm sure that guy's happy. He totally went from being on a bottom feeder LA Angels team to now being on a playoff contending Cubs team. Man, you know he's happy with that. You know he's happy with that. I'm pretty sure he was on the New York team too. That name sounds so familiar. Is he like a forgotten Yankee or man? I gotta look this up. This is overall like a low level trade, 100%. Um, but overall, this is a solid trade though. I would think honestly that the Angels would just get a prospect back in this, and maybe a lower level minor leaguer. Well, I just said prospect, so maybe a lower level major leaguer. That's what I meant to hit y'all with. I gotta see. I could have swore this guy was on the Yankees at one point last season. I'm pretty sure Zephyrin was a New York Yankee, or at least a New York Met briefly. Do I have that mixed up with someone else? I do. Who am I thinking of then? Well, nonetheless, he's no longer an Angel. He just secured a 5-out save the other day, too. So the Chicago Cubs have acquired right-hander reliever Ryan Zefirgen in a trade with the Los Angeles Angels. Okay, so we have an update regarding the New York Mets. The New York Mets are expected to trade Clay Holmes, Tyrone Taylor, and Luis Robert Jr. before the 6 p.m. trade deadline. Poor John Heyman. Luis Garcia Jr., a big offseason move that the New York Mets made. We are just over an hour into this live stream. I'd like to thank everyone who's joined. Thank you for joining. We're going to be doing this straight until the trade deadline ends. So a little bit past 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is. Um, just thank you guys so much for tuning in. There's someone on X with a fake Brian Cashman account at Brian Cashman GM. They posted this has a guys, this has 113,000 views on X. It says, I am currently working on a deal to acquire Rockies catcher Hunter Goodman. Psych, I'm not rolling with Austin Wells and Ali Sanchez. And the profile photo is Brian Cashman with a blue do-rag. Yo, I swear, Yankees Twitter is unmatched, man. Yankees Twitter is so unmatched. No way. I wonder if there's anyone that believed that, who saw that and believed that. That's so, that's so random. I actually thought that was his personal account for a second that he posted that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm reading, I'm like, why did he post that? And I looked at the profile photo. I'm like, wait, does he have a do-rag on? He did. Your Yankees Twitter is absolutely fuming right now. I'm seeing so many people have like a mental collapse. That's crazy. I gotta treat that out. So we're about to hit 4 o'clock. We're about to hit 2 hours left of the 2026 Major League Baseball trade deadline. It's gonna be interesting. I wasn't planning on going live today either. But then I was like, you know what? I really just want to go live. I want to talk baseball with people. I want to talk the trade deadline with people. So I made an announcement that I was gonna go live. Made the thumbnail real quick, and I've been live now for over an hour. I need to hear your best trade hot takes right now in the comment section, guys. I would think if the Yankees don't trade Jazz Chisholm at the trade deadline, we responded to Detroit Lions fan 1978 in the comments section. I would think if the Yankees don't trade Chisholm here at the trade deadline, which I don't expect them to trade him anyways, but if they don't, then I would assume that they're gonna get him and retain him because Jazz is about to hit free agency. I know he hasn't had the best of season overall, but he also did say publicly that he's gonna hit 40 home runs and strike 40 bases. So, I mean, you say something like that and you don't amount to it or close to it. I mean, it's always going to come back and haunt you and bite you. I think that was just a poor move on Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's like what recently Gail Wilson said about the New York Jets. I think he said it yesterday that the New York Jets are going to win the Super Bowl, or at least be in Super Bowl contention. That's not going to happen. I mean, Jazz, I get he's fast. I get he has a good bat, but I mean, 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases. How about this, man? How about you just play baseball? Don't worry about hitting, a 40-40 mark on the season, and you just play baseball and help your team make it back to the World Series. I think that's the best thing that Jazz could do. All right, so this is from John Amorsi. The New York Yankees, amid the Garcia trade and other possible moves, are not considering Ben Weiss as a regular catcher. Weiss has the ability to catch, of course, but he has not started today in a regular season game this year. I mean, when I said that about Ben Weiss possibly going as the catcher, I mean, I think that's just what would make the most sense. I wasn't saying that that was going to be something that I think the Yankees are going to do because obviously the New York Yankees haven't really made any sensible moves since I would say 2019. I'm really interested though to see when Giancarlo Stanton is gonna come back. Supposedly he did batting practice today off of Carlos Rodon, so I am interested to see how that went. I haven't seen anything yet on Yankees Twitter about that. Probably no one even bothered covering that because it's the trade deadline. But I'm really interested to see how Giancarlo Stanton did in that. Now I look at it like this: if Giancarlo Stanton wants to continue having a major league career, he needs to just play through the pain, which I know that's much easier said than done. But it's at this point of you can't keep landing on the injured list. What's the point of having him be on the team, of paying him these millions of dollars? I know that even if the Yankees were to let go of him, they would still likely have to pay the remainder, if not a large part of his contract that's remaining. But Giancarlo Stanton is really faced with, does he want to just play through the pain or hang it up and retire? I mean, this guy cannot stay healthy. They were talking in the preseason, remember during spring training, that he can't open a bag of chips or unscrew the cap on a water bottle by himself. I mean, come on. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's stupid. Also, it is 3:58 p.m. We are just 2 minutes, T minus 2 minutes, now 1 minute, T minus 1 minute from the trade deadline. I mean, well, T minus 1 minute from 4 o'clock, where there's 2 hours left for the trade deadline. See, that's what happens. This is like the longest live stream I've ever done. I'm getting delirious because I'm not used to doing this long live stream, and because the Yankees are making me crash out. I don't know what time it is anymore. It is now 4 o'clock, and all things are quiet on the Yankees front. On the Bronx front, 2 hours remain in this free agency, in this trade deadline, as the Yankees did not do much in the free agency period of this past offseason. They're now paying for at the trade deadline, but they haven't made any moves. The New York Yankees make a move for Luis Garcia Jr., and haven't done anything since then. Yankees should do a helpline for the distressed fans, causing so many fans agita or agita, whatever you say, however you say it, agita, algita. Yankees are giving me high blood pressure right now. That's what the Yankees are doing for me. What if? What if? Now, there's no source on this. This is just me speculating, okay? So please humor me with this. What if Aaron Judge is not coming back this season? Cashman knows it. Hal Steinbrenner knows it. So what if Aaron Judge is not coming back this season, which is why the Yankees aren't doing any major moves? Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean that's a possibility that Aaron Judge just flat out is not coming back, which is why the Yankees aren't doing many moves. They've only done one big move, and that was for Luis Garcia Jr. So less than 2 hours to go before the trade deadline. That's definitely going to be interesting. I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, the New York Mets are still trying to ship off Clay Holmes. At least the Mets are making moves. I know they're selling because of how poor they've been this season, but at least they're showing life. Has anyone seen signs of life from Brian Cashman this year? From the last 12 hours today, has anyone spoken to Brian Cashman? I mean, my gosh. So I just created a super chat. If we get 10 super chats, guys, I'm gonna be doing a mid live stream Q&A. Figure that kind of spices things up just a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, so comment down below what you guys think the New York Yankees are gonna do. I mean, we're under 2 hours now. I think it's gonna be very interesting. Are they gonna trade for a hitter? Are they gonna get rid of one of their catchers, being Austin Wells, JC Escobar, or Ali Sanchez? Are they gonna add another? Are they gonna add pitching at the trade deadline? Someone just put It says someone just put on Yankees Twitter. I can't wait for the notification of Clay Holmes uh that he's going back to the Yankees so I could have a peaceful drive home. We all know that drive ain't gonna be peaceful. I would not want Clay Holmes back on the Yankees, man. Not one bit. I know he's done fairly good with the New York Mets, but I don't want Holmes back on the Yankees. If anything, I really wanted Luke Weaver to come back, but that's still kind of like stretching it though. It's 4:08. We are about to be an hour and a half into this live stream. We're going to be live all the way up until the trade deadline itself. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Comment down below any hot takes you guys may have, any trade rumors that you think could amount to something big. I mean, we are in the final countdown. It's the final countdown. Ba-da-doo-doo. Ba-da-doo-doo-doo. I can't sing. And I can't play baseball either. That's why I do podcasting. And we have a trade that just broke from Jeff Passion. The Houston Astros are finalizing a deal to acquire center fielder Dalton Varsho from the Toronto Blue Jays. So the Houston Astros, the only team competitive in the American League West, have now acquired Dalton Varsho. The Astros, a team that has been on the cusp of possibly being dangerous this season, has definitely gotten dangerous with Dalton Varsho being traded to them. I think this is a great trade for Houston, and it seems pretty evident now that the Blue Jays are going the route of them selling. I was kind of on the line early on whether or not the Blue Jays are going to either be sellers or possible buyers, but it looks now with Dalton Varsho being dealt that the Blue Jays are now sellers. Meanwhile, in other news, the New York Yankees still haven't done anything. And the New York Yankees have released their lineup for tonight's game. Back in the Bronx, hashtag Rep Bronx. This is the New York Yankees lineup for tonight's game. It does feature Luis Garcia Jr. batting leadoff for your New York Yankees tonight. The center fielder, number 12, Trent Grissom. Batting second is designated hitter Ben Rice. Batting third and playing first base is Luis Garcia Jr., who will sport the number 26. Batting fourth is Spencer Jones. Right behind him in the 5th spot is Jason Dominguez. Batting 6 and playing second base is Jazz Chisholm Jr. At third base is Ryan McMahon. At shortstop is Jose Caballero. Catching tonight is Austin Wells. And then you have Cam Schleitler on the mound tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch is slated for 7:05 p.m. As the New York Yankees will be taking on the Cardinals. And Luis Garcia Jr. playing first base has Ben Rice going to the designated hitter role for the night. I feel like we're going to see that pretty often now, especially if Giancarlo isn't going to be back that soon. Have Luis Garcia Jr. play first and then have the DH spot split between Stanton when he comes back and then Rice maybe every now and then. I don't think that they would DH poor Goldschmidt. But I wonder though, Anthony Volpe not being in the lineup tonight, does that mean that Anthony Volpe may possibly be traded? Not, I wonder. He's been their golden boy. I think Anthony Volpe not in the lineup tonight is very, very, very telling. I mean, if I were the Yankees, I would trade Volpe. If if you even have any doubt, actually no, because why would the Yankees trade Volpe? He's their golden boy. He's been their golden boy. I can't say if they have any doubt because clearly they don't have any doubt. Man, this Yankees team, man, I don't get it. I really don't. It's depressing. Yeah, this Yankees team is so depressing, man. It's so pathetic. So pathetic watching this Yankees team at this trade deadline. That they have no life. They have no life as I'm losing my voice over here because the Yankees are getting me so angry. I am excited to see Luis Garcia Jr. though make his first start in pinstripes tonight. Not mind that. The Yankees have been lifeless. The Yankees have been lifeless. Is Brian Cashman alive? Can someone do a welfare check for Brian Cashman? I mean, please, Cashman, show signs of life. Do something. My gosh, something. Comment down below your favorite baseball team. Let's start a discussion, guys, in the comment section. Let's have like a nice, authentic discussion. So, from John Heyman, the San Diego Padres are trying on Trevor Launch as well as Borson and Newtbar. They want a lefty hitter, but they are uncertain on the availability, though. Are you guys going to be watching the Yankee game tonight? 7:05 first pitch. Especially if the Yankees don't do any like big moves or any moves in general within like the next hour and a half, I'm really going to want to hear what the announcers have to say. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. I just have to say, it says that there's one person watching this video right now, watching this live stream right now. Whoever that person is, just thank you. I truly appreciate that. And you're such an awesome person. Anyone who's tuned in general is such an awesome person. God bless you all, honestly. It is 4:20 now, guys. We're about to enter an hour and a half left. The Yankees have done zero, zero, nothing, nada. Yankees are asleep at the wheel, and I've said that more times than what I could count. So quiet. So quiet on the Bronx front. The Yankees have made no moves. They're asleep. I don't want to talk too loud because then I'll wake up Brian Cashman. I'm watching a video right now of Giancarlo Stanton taking batting practice against Carlos Rodon. This guy's not swinging at a single pitch. Are you kidding me? This is insane. Giancarlo Stanton isn't swinging at a single pitch. That's yo. Giancarlo, man. What are you doing? I think Giancarlo Stanton's done. I'm being so honest with you guys. I think Giancarlo Stanton's done. I mean, at what point is this guy just gonna be healthy again? I don't think he is. I don't think he's gonna see the point. Like professional athlete career wise. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I like Stanton. I like Stanton a lot. He's one of my favorite Yankees of all time. And what he's done, what Giancarlo Stanton has done in the playoffs for the New York Yankees, man, it needs to be and it really needs to be appreciated and valued heavily, heavily. But it's without a doubt though, Giancarlo Stanton just he can't stay healthy anymore. Giancarlo Stanton cannot stay healthy anymore. I had to adjust my hat there. Everyone saw my flat hair. I wear hats too much. Everyone's telling me I'm gonna go bald. Maybe I will. Who knows? That won't be good. But yeah, you know what? I think I'll look good bald. Maybe like a water white kind of bald. The Yankees, man. It's about to be 4:30. Not a single move. Not a single move. And there's currently nobody in this live stream. It's just me. I'm talking to myself right now. Dang. Talking to myself about how much the Yankees rage bait me, man. The Yankees do rage bait me. Like, I love being a Yankee fan, but my gosh, that does this team make me wanna just rip my hair out. That this team causes me so much distress, so much anxiety, so much high blood pressure. It's tough being a Yankees fan. Yes, the Yankees are competitive. That's without a doubt. They are very competitive. Constant playoff runs and everything like that. But you know what though? That the New York Yankees do some of the most boneheaded moves ever. They are a world class premier franchise, but yet the way they go about things almost is on the same level as like Colorado or Pittsburgh. And it really is. It's stressful. It really is stressful. But you know what? I'm thankful I'm a Yankees fan at the end of the day because I get to see my team be in constant contention. I get to see my team be in constant contention along with being able to watch playoff baseball every single year. And for that I am grateful for and thankful for from the New York Yankees. But something tells me the Yankees are being so silent. Is Judge not coming back? Is Aaron Judge not coming back? Which is why the New York Yankees aren't making any moves. Because they know Judge is done for the year. I would think, though, that if Judge isn't coming back, we wouldn't know. Like, why hold off about it? Like, why announce it after the deadline? That's the only thing I don't understand. If he's not coming back, just announce it. It's not gonna help anyone's case announcing it right after the deadline ends. Because if he's not coming back, he's not coming back, and that's a fact. I didn't think he was coming back anyways, to be fully honest with you. I mean, just knowing fractured ribs, I mean, that timeline, that 6-week timeline, I thought was a little crazy, to be fully honest with you. It didn't really make any sense to me. Obviously, I was optimistic. I didn't openly say that, yeah, I don't think he's coming back till I would say maybe a good 2 weeks ago is when I kind of came up with that possible, notion surrounding Aaron Judge that he may not return. If Judge isn't coming back and that's why the Yankees aren't doing any moves, I suspect that we would get the announcement within this week. That's my mini analysis, mini prediction, mini projection. Well, it is just past 4:30 now on the East Coast. We are now under an hour and a half until the 6 p.m. trade deadline hits. So Yankees have just under an hour and a half now to make it work, to help boost their season, help boost their fight, their chances to win the American League East, to make the playoffs, to make a deep playoff run, to make a World Series run, to win the World Series. And I look at it like this. If the Yankees are punting the season away because Aaron Judge isn't going to come back, I think that's foolish. A team's success is not built off of one individual player, one singular player. Is Aaron Judge a mass support to the New York Yankees? That's without a doubt. That's an easy yes. Okay, that shouldn't even be a question. Aaron Judge is the face of the New York Yankees. But let's say that he's not coming back, and that's why the Yankees haven't done anything at the trade deadline besides getting Luis Garcia Jr. I just think that's a poor move because at the end of the day, you're still able to be competitive without Judge. At the end of the day, you're only 2.5 games back on the Tampa Bay Rays who lead the division. It's still very possible that the New York Yankees win the American League East. If Aaron Judge isn't coming back, that should ignite a fire under this team to get their stuff in order and to get stuff done. I don't want to swear, but I'm sure you can you can tell why I would replace the word stuff with. The Yankees are overall that they're a good team. I don't think they're a great team right now with the lineup they have. I think pitching is overall pretty solid, but that they need a better lineup. They need catches that could hit above 230. I mean, Austin Wells' batting average is a disgrace. It really is. I like Austin Wells, but my gosh, this guy cannot hit to save his life, at least not being a consistent part in the Yankees lineup. I think Austin Wells, as I said it early on in this live stream, that's about to hit 150 minutes. I said that Austin Wells could very Wells could very well be a good backup catcher for the New York Yankees. It's about consistent playing time. Some players just aren't the best when they are everyday players, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing. So why not just trade Ali Sanchez or JC Escobar away? What is there to lose by doing that? Damn it, bring back Kyle Higashioka. I don't care. I mean, just to do something, because there's a blatant catcher issue. There's most definitely a big catcher issue. So fix the issue. It's not that hard to do, not that hard to fix. So we are live on YouTube. We've been live now for an hour 52 minutes. This is the longest live stream I've ever done in the 8-year history of the New York Sports Show. And let me just say, I'm happy to be doing this live. It's exciting to do. Right now, we're kind of at a low point in terms of how the news is coming out. It kind of got a little slow. But I best believe that once 5 o'clock hits, right now it's 4:39. Once 5 o'clock hits, there's gonna be a lot of updates. There's gonna be a lot more trades. May not be big trades, but there's gonna be trades. But as of now, this entire day today, the New York Yankees have been silent. There's been no signs of life from Brian Cashman or Hal Steinbrenner. So it does raise the question, is Aaron Judge coming back here in 2026? I don't think so. In fact, I think that this is the reason why the New York Yankees have been silent on the phone this trade deadline, that the deadline hits at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, roughly an hour, 20 minutes from now. It's 4:40 p.m. on the East Coast. Aaron Judge has a fractured rib. The New York Yankees originally said 6 weeks, he will be back. It is now the beginning of August. It's August 3rd. And Aaron Judge has not resumed any types of baseball activities. In fact, he's still in pain. So with that said, Aaron Judge likely will not be back this season. This is something I've been saying now for quite some time. It's nothing new. It's something that any person with an ounce of realism would know. You don't come back from a fractured rib that quickly. And considering how much time Aaron Judge has missed, he can't come back normally. He almost will have to treat this late season comeback as if it's spring training. Even if we got the word right now, Aaron Judge is resuming baseball activities this very moment here on Monday, August 3rd. We're not going to see him back till at least very early to possibly mid-September, which I know for a lot of fans, they wouldn't mind that as long as you get Judge back. But I don't think Judge is coming back this year because of that fractured rib injury. I feel like that with Judge being out, the Yankees already know Brian Cashman, Hal Steinbrenner. Obviously, Ian Boone is in charge of trades, but I'm sure he knows as well that Aaron Judge is not coming back this year. And all is quiet on the Bronx front. And that is why they're not doing any moves. Now, I think that's foolish of the New York Yankees not to do any moves because at the end of the day, the New York Yankees are only 2.5 games out on the Tampa Bay Rays. The New York Yankees are still very much in contention to win the division, to win the American League East, but yet they seem to be punting it right now. The New York Yankees did nothing over the course of the offseason besides bring back Cody Bellinger. The Yankees ran it back with essentially the same exact team in 2026 that they ended with in 2025, where they got absolutely pummeled and embarrassed by the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League Divisional Series. And now the Yankees are paying for it. The New York Yankees are paying for their lack of being active in the off season. They have catching issues. They have now addressed catching issues. They could add at least another bullpen arm. They have not done that. They need hitting. They did add one single hitter, first baseman, in Luis Garcia Jr., who is playing first base tonight as the Yankees take on the Cardinals. 7:05 first pitch, by the way, hour and 5 minutes after the trade deadline expires. But the Yankees go out and they get a first baseman when they already have two first basemen in Ben Rice and Paul Goldschmidt, who have been raking the ball this season, who have had an absolutely amazing offensive season. So what's the game plan here? I suggested, well, have Ben Vice be the starting catcher, Wells be the backup, and trade off JC Escobar or Ali Sanchez. But it seems from Aaron Boone in the reports that we've gotten very late last night and most recently as about an hour ago today, that the Yankees do not plan or view Ben Vice as the team's starting catcher. So it's now 4:44. Are they going to make a move for a catcher then? I like JC Escobar. He's not a starter in the majors, no matter what team he's on. Austin Wells, we already know at this point he's not a starter. He was compared to Yogi Berra, and that is an abomination. That is so embarrassing that Austin Wells was viewed as the next Yogi Berra and even compared to him. Austin Wells is not even hitting 190 this season, okay? And he's getting consistent at bats. Make that make sense. It doesn't. And then Ali Sanchez, he's been up and down. He's been a team hopper. He's a career minor leaguer who gets a few shots at the majors and hasn't done anything with it. If I was to trade one, I would do Ali Sanchez, honestly. Because I think you have a better upside with JC Escobar than Ali Sanchez. But even so, if Austin Wells is the backup, then JC Escobar, he's essentially an emergency backup who's getting a full season worth of at-bats, essentially, in AAA with the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. I don't think the Yankees would trade two catchers away. And we have a trade alert involving the New York Mets. The New York Mets have traded Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor to the Chicago Cubs for Rojas. So Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor have been traded to the Chicago Cubs. This is poor John Heyman. Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor have been traded to the Chicago Cubs for Rojas. Absolutely massive news right there. The New York Mets have been so active in today's trade deadline. They really have sold off this entire team. And I'm not surprised by that, but man, what a great job. The Mets are getting so much collateral back. It really is. It really is great to see. If you're a New York Mets fan, you need to be happy with this trade deadline. You really do. I think the Mets have handled this trade deadline exactly how you would want it to go. Meanwhile, the New York Yankees are still silent. It's all quiet on the Eastern front, the East Coast front, that is Yankee Stadium. It is 4:47. We are about to be in that critical final hour window. The Yankees haven't had any moves, so. The Mets, they're building up on their prospects. They get Jefferson Rojas, a top infield prospect, for Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor. They previously dealt away Luke Weaver, I would say roughly 45 minutes ago, possibly even an hour ago at this point, was when the New York Mets traded away Luke Weaver to the Pittsburgh Pirates. And now, some Yankees news from Brian Hoyt. You got from him, the Yankees do not have any plans of getting Ben Vice back behind the plate. Aaron Boone says he sees Vice, Luis Garcia Jr., and Paul Goldschmidt all as first basemen and designated hitters, with Goldschmidt playing against left-handed pitchers. So where does Stanton figure in all of this? On a serious note, where does Stanton figure in all of this? Giancarlo Stanton is doing batting practice today because it looks like he's going to be back in the month of August. So where does Giancarlo Stanton factor in all of this? Luis Garcia Jr., yes, he's an infielder, but his best stats are at first base. That's why I don't really understand why the Yankees went out to acquire him when you already have two very hard-hitting first basemen. Doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense. It's frustrating. It really is. It's making my blood boil. It's boiling over. It's disappointing, too, that the Yankees have not done much, man. They have not done much this season in general. And we have another trade from Jeff Passion. The Tampa Bay Rays are acquiring right-handed reliever Tyler Wells from Baltimore. Sources tell ESPN. So Tampa Bay is improving. Baltimore improving really slightly. Boston improved heavily. And then the Blue Jays, very good trade deadline. Kind of in the middle between selling and buying, but still improving. What have the New York Yankees done? What have the New York Yankees done? The New York Yankees haven't done anything this trade deadline. Haven't done a single thing. Brian Cashman, are you alive in there? Are you alive in there, Brian Cashman? Show some signs of life. Damn it, Brian Cashman. Do something. I beg you. Do something, Brian Cashman. We're about to have an hour left. Do something. Show that you have a spine. Show that you have a brain. I don't get the Yankees, man. I don't understand the New York Yankees. Every team in the division in the American League East is improving except the New York Yankees. Why? I don't understand this team. I don't understand this team, man. Damn it. Damn it. Why do the Yankees have to do this to me? Why? It's not right, man. It's not right. Do you have to start planning for life after Judge completely? Yes. I mean, if there's no baseball being played in 2027 from the lockout, this is the Yankees' really last chance with Prime and Judge to win a World Series. They haven't done anything this trade deadline. Okay, you get Luis Garcia Jr. Good. Good. Like, what's the point? This is Aaron Boone on the trade deadline. Quote from Aaron Boone. Cash and the guys are down in Tampa grinding away. We have a lot of confidence in them ultimately doing what's best for our team. Obviously in the present, but moving forward as well, we trust in those guys to do what's best for the club. Oh my gosh! Meanwhile, the Chicago White Sox are acquiring catcher Joey Bart from the Atlanta Braves. Even the Chicago White Sox are getting catchers. Why can't the Yankees get a catcher? Why can't the Yankees get a catcher? I am losing my voice, and the Yankees are going to lose this whole damn division. You're 2.5 games back. Do something, Brian Cashman. Damn it. It's 4:53. And the New York Yankees have not done a single thing today. We're about to enter an hour left, and the Yankees haven't done a single thing. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My gosh. Oh my gosh. This is disgusting, man. This is I'm gonna be sick, man. I'm gonna be sick. Oh my gosh. I think right now we have a better chance at winning the lottery than Brian Cashman doing a trade before 6 o'clock. I formally, from the bottom of my heart, I believe that. I believe that 100%. Brian Cashman has not done anything today. I mean, I just, I don't get it. I don't get the Yankees mentality. I don't. I don't understand the Yankees mentality one bit. What could Brian Cashman possibly be cooking up to where it's taken the entire day for him to cook up? I mean, that's what I want to know. I don't think Cashman's doing anything. I don't. I don't. I don't. This team has let down a generation worth of fans. And the Mets have traded essentially everyone except for Luis Robert Jr. Just trade him at this point. I don't even care what the Yankees do anymore, man. I'm all on the Mets train right now with the trades. At least the Mets, at least David Starnes and Steve Cohen has a spine. Damn it, Hellstein Winner, where are you? I don't get this team, man. It's gonna make me like rip my hair out. And I'm being so honest with you guys. This is not like a fake reaction or anything. I'm crashing out over here. I'm crashing out big time. This ain't right, man. The Yankees are committing a hate crime right now to their fans. Joe Shorman just posted on Twitter, more and more it is possible the Yankees do not get a catcher. I repeat, the Yankees do not get a catcher. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't get this team. I don't get this team. This team aggravates me. This team aggravates me so much. My gosh. God help the Yankees. Oh my gosh. If the Yankees don't get a catcher and you're telling me we have to deal with Ali Sanchez and Austin Wells the rest of this season, I don't think I'm going to a single game. And I'm being so honest with you. That this is unbelievable. This is disgusting. This is so disgusting. Shame on the New York Yankees. Shame on the New York Yankees. Shame on this team's pathetic. That this Yankees team is so pathetic, man. My gosh, is this team pathetic. This team's so pathetic. The Mets needed to make moves. They made those moves. Yankees need to make moves. They haven't made a single move. I don't get this team. I don't. It's like Hal Steinbrenner and Brian Cashman purposely wanna give Yankee fans heart attacks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've thought the New York Mets were floundering this season, and they did. That they did. The New York Mets have had an absolutely abysmal season. But man, at least they're showing that they still have a spine at this year's trade deadline. What have the Yankees done? The Yankees haven't done anything. Yankees have not done a single thing. Brian Cashman has his feet up on the desk right now, eating some Pringles. Meanwhile, John Heyman just said on Twitter, Yankees are still working on acquiring bats. Their run production is down more than a run since Judge went on the IL. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is embarrassing. I'm crashing out right now. I'm crashing out so bad. I can't remember. I can't remember a trade deadline as bad as this. I've been a Yankees fan. I've been a New York Yankees fan since 2018, and I truly do not recall a trade deadline as bad as this one has been, as quiet as this one has been. My gosh. I mean, it's so bad, guys. It's so bad. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like, it's so bad. It's so embarrassing. Ay ay ay, oy vey. Shame on the Yankees. Shame on the Yankees and Brian Cashman. If Brian Cashman somehow, by the way, it's 5:01. We're under an hour left before the trade deadline, okay? If Brian Cashman somehow, some way is able to pull off some final magic in these last 58 minutes, then I'll take back everything I said on the guy over the course of the past 2 hours and 15 minutes that I've been live for. But I truly cannot fathom the idea of where Brian Cashman is able to make up for an entire day's absence. And is Brian Cashman even on the hot seat? Has this guy ever been on the hot seat for the Yankees? Like, ever in his life? I mean, that this is I mean, he's had like no leash. Brian Cashman has had virtually no leash his entire Yankees tenure as general manager for over 2 decades now. And he hasn't done much. He hasn't. Like, I feel like there's two groups of Yankee fans. Yankee fans who just overreact to everything, and Yankee fans who have realistic overreactions. I feel like I have a very realistic overreaction. I mean, seeing everything that all these other franchises are doing and have already done today compared to what the New York Yankees have not done today. I think these reactions are very suitable. So poor John Heyman from Ken Rosenthal, who was forced on it. Elliot Ramos is in play for the New York Yankees. So the Yankees are showing some signs of life that Brian Cashman is breathing air and has a heartbeat. I pray. I pray the Yankees do something. So, Elliot Ramos, left fielder. This could very well be a trade to showcase that Aaron Judge is not coming back this season, guys. Left fielder, righty hitter with the San Francisco Giants. He has a positive 1 WAR this season. He's hitting 264 with 9 home runs, 76 for 288 in his at bats. Overall, he's been in the league for 5 years. Overall, this is his third year as a starter, career 257 hitter, so he's hitting above that. His OPS this season is a 728. I wouldn't mind getting him. I honestly think that's a decent rebound if Judge ends up not coming back. I mean, I'm not too fond of this. It's just like, okay, Elliot Ramos, all right. But it just doesn't really make much sense to me overall. But the Yankees, as of now, they are working on a trade with the Giants for Elliot Ramos. So the trade is not official. They are working on a trade for him, though. So it seems that at least at this point, as of 5:06, that there will be a trade for left fielder Elliot Ramos. And with that, I really would have to suspect that Aaron Judge is not coming back this season. Because why else would you go out and get an outfielder? That wouldn't make any sense. If Elliot Ramos becomes a Yankee and that's the only move that they do today, that's gonna be such a blunder. Trading for a outfielder who has a career average of under 260. That's kind of yeah, that would be such a poor trade day. Let's look at some splits for Ramos for 2026. Going off going off the month of July. In July, in 25 games, Ramos hit 267. That was after coming off of a month of June where he only appeared in 3 games, yes, but he hit 200 in those 3 games. In May, in 14 games, he had 13 hits. That overall translated to a 236 average. So overall, the month of August is single-handedly the best month he had. I mean, the month of July is single-handedly the best month he had. 267, 2 games here in August, he's hitting 250. But I mean, those are 2 games. That's not a span. Season totals. Last 7 days, he appeared in 7 games. He's hitting close to 300 over the course of the past week, 286. But the last 14 days, well, he's hitting 208. So that's definitely a telling, last 2 weeks. 1 week was good, and the other week was horrible. Okay, breaking news. The Boston Red Sox have acquired outfielder Eli White from the Atlanta Braves. Wow. Yankees are silent. Yankees haven't done anything. It's 5:09. The Yankees front office is the reason why the New York Yankees are never going to win a World Series. Because the Yankees front office is incompetent and spineless. That's why the Yankees are not going to win a World Series, because of their front office, because of Brian Cashman, and because of Hal Steinbrenner. And that's a fact. I know last year's trade deadline, the Yankees didn't do any moves until like the final 2 hours, okay? But here we are. We are in the final 50 minutes. It's 5:10 now. And you got talks of the Yankees possibly trading for Elliot Ramos, possibly in talks, not confirmed. But even so, he's a 257 career hitter. Like, how, like, how about you trade for someone who's actually worth trading for, worth giving up some capital for? How about that? How about that? I'm so disappointed in the Yankees so far today. I've been live now for 2 hours and 24 minutes, and not a single minute did I feel comfortable with what the Yankees are doing. Okay, we are inside the last hour. We are 49 minutes until the clock strikes 12. And the New York Yankees have not done a single damn thing. Not a single damn thing. And if they get Elliot Ramos, that's not going to do any good for the team. That's not. Yankees are pathetic. How about trade for a catcher? How about trade for a reliever? How about trade for a very solid right-handed hitter? Why not trade for all three? Huh, Brian Cashman? Why not trade for all three? I mean, the New York Yankees may be one of the most arrogant franchises, thinking that they had an excellent offseason, that they got absolutely everything right. I mean, the Yankees are not doing anything today. And I'm not even taking pleasure in announcing this. We have a trade. The New York Yankees have shown signs of life. The New York Yankees have traded for, in which they are now finalizing a deal for left fielder, outfielder, Elliot Ramos from the San Francisco Giants. The Yankees have been seeking right-handed bats, and if he clears medicals, Ramos will provide it. I'm reading the tweet from Jeff Passion. So the New York Yankees have made a trade. They have shown signs of life here at 5:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, less than 50 minutes before the trade deadline. They go out and they trade for a outfielder who is not even hitting 260 on his career, and in the past 2 weeks with San Francisco has a batting average at the Mendoza line. So if that's what you're looking for in a outfielder, I salute you. I salute you then. if you're happy with this trade, I'm not. I'm not. It really is going to show that the Yankees aren't taking this seriously. I mean, you've had essentially every big catcher traded for already. But at least the Yankees, at least we could look back and say that, hey, you know what? Brian Cashman's alive. Brian Cashman has a pulse. And at least the New York Yankees were somewhat active today. Because let me remind you, before the Yankees just traded for Elliot Ramos about a minute and a half ago, they have not made any moves today. The entire American League East, the entire American League East was active today multiple times besides the Yankees. So, my gosh. Yeah, and Judge isn't coming back, though. And Judge is not coming back. That's all but confirmed. It's all but confirmed. Aaron Judge is not coming back here in 2026. Because why else would the New York Yankees trade? Why else would the New York Yankees trade for an outfielder? If Aaron Judge is coming back, why would you trade for a right-handed hitting outfielder? So I would love to know what WFAN is talking about right now. That they are probably absolutely ribbing the New York Yankees. I think Craig Carden's show is on right now on WFAN. They're probably saying old types of stuff between the Cars for Kids commercials. I gotta say though, Elliot Ramos and OPS over 800 against left-handed pitching. So if there is a positive side to this trade, it's that this guy could hit lefties hard. But overall though, I would have tried to get a higher level outfielder. At least Josh Hart's probably happy right now that the Yankees made a move since he was treating all day. I just want to know who we gave up for him. Imagine if we gave up Volpe for Elliot Ramos. That would be interesting. That would be something. That would be very interesting. At least the Yankees showed that they have signs of life. So I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about that. Go New York, go New York, go. So someone put on Twitter that the Yankees trading for Elliot Ramos past 5 o'clock is the equivalent to Chris Paul hitting the 3-pointer to cut the league down to 42. I just want to know who the Yankees gave away for Elliot Ramos. Now, I assume it's going to be announced. I mean, so the trade is being made official. The Yankees are finalizing it. So I assume within the hour we're going to get more details on that. So it appears from Morka Funstead, an Ollie report, that the Yankees are going to have left-handed pitcher Henry Lane as the primary prospect in the trade. Now he's a top 5 prospect. Henry Lane is a top 5 prospect in the Yankees system. And the two sides are in agreement on a deal. I wonder, I mean, maybe throw in Anthony Volpe in a trade deal and then have George Lombard Jr. Be caught up. I mean, you still need a catcher, though. If you don't get a catcher, then what are you doing? And then meanwhile, we have another trade. This is from John Heyman. Antonio Sanzatella is going to the Milwaukee Brewers. That's Ken Rosenthal on it for. So we are now at the 40-minute mark. 40 minutes until midnight. T-minus 40 minutes, as it does appear that Henry Lane, a top 5 prospect for the Yankees, is... Oh, what's up? My wife just walked in. No one's watching anyways. Come on, you want to be in the video? Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair.
I can't leave the box buttons.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to come and say hi.
Yo, the Yankees are killing me right now, man.
I've been watching.
I hate this team, man. Why do I have to be a Yankee fan? I don't get why I have to be a Yankee fan. You're live right now to 3 people. Congratulations, you're famous.
Wait, this way.
Yeah, because it like mirrors. But yeah, man, I don't know what the hell the Yankees are doing. The New York Yankees, I swear, the New York Yankees are going to be the death of me.
Why are you stressing out?
Because it's the New York Yankees. That's why I'm stressing out. The Yankees haven't done anything so far today. And then they trade past 5 o'clock for Heliot Ramos for a top 5 pitching prospect. That's why. I have every right to be mad right now. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, it's not okay, man. Because I swear it never gets better being a Yankee fan. It doesn't. It sucks being a Yankees fan, man. Why couldn't I be born in like the 1980s to live through the 90s?
Were you yelling?
What? I've been live streaming now for 2.5 hours. Yeah, I've been yelling. I'm a Yankee fan. You expect me not to yell? Like, dang it. Of course, I'm passionate. I don't have a voice, but I'm passionate. Okay, guys, poor John Heyman. You want to read it, Carly? Just read a word from word. Oh my gosh, you can't see. I gotta clip this.
I can't.
Oh my
I have
god.
to get my glasses for upstairs. Yeah, you're gonna have to read that one.
Okay. Poor John Heyman. Yankees are still inquiring on righty hitters, along with bullpen help and backup catches. So this is under 40 minutes to go, by the way. So it's gonna be
You're gonna be live for another 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be live till 6.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if I live to see the next 40 minutes, I mean, the way the Yankees are making me crash out right now, I'm gonna end up.
Well, what would you like for a crash out meal?
Oh, you're making me a trade deadline meal? Yo, guys, she's cooking. I should do a food review on that.
What do you want?
I don't know. Make something that will cure me of my depression. Now, I'm being so honest with you. Make me something out that won't have me like go to Yankee Stadium and try to fight Brian Cashman. So yeah, Brian Cash. Look at Brian Cashman. He's the general manager of the New York Yankees. He's like public enemy number 1. Whenever I have a nightmare, it's just of Brian Cashman. That's basically
not what
it.
you told me.
Yeah, you know.
I had nightmares about Brian.
But Brian Cashman is my sleep paralysis demon right now.
Do you hear your son upstairs?
Yeah. So thanks for joining the live stream.
Hello, everybody.
To the whopping.
Hello, everybody.
To the whopping
Look at
2
my
viewers.
wallpaper. It's great. It's a buzz.
You can't even see it. You know what though? It's awesome having even two people in the live stream. Like I feel so grateful. Hold on, get out of the way. We have breaking news. The Boston Red Sox are finalizing a trade to acquire right-handed reliever Eric Miller from the San Francisco Giants for infielder Marcelo Mayer. Sources tell ESPN the deal is still in medicals. Jeff Passion is on that with the news. Yeah, out. Peace out, wife. That's my wife,
Can I have a
guys.
kiss? Or do you not kiss on
I'm
live?
doing the live, man. I ain't doing that. I'm not trying to get caught lacking.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you too. I knew I made a mistake doing this live stream till 6 o'clock. I had a feeling she was gonna come down here and do some of that stuff.
Come join your live.
Shh, they don't have to know that.
You texted me and I was like, duh.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you were gonna be so blind without your glasses that you can't read it.
I look whiter than you in this frame. This is actually really embarrassing.
This is well, the webcam's right
it's
there.
right there.
The webcam's right there, but I'm looking down on the laptop.
What the heck is that?
What?
I come down here
What?
after a week of not being down here, and there's just new stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have that camera. You didn't have that.
No, I've had this webcam. I'll show you later. I'm trying to
Sorry,
do. I'm
sorry.
trying to do an official
I'm sorry.
podcast here, Carly.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to do an official podcast here, man. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I don't know if this is bothering anyone in the background, but you see his balls right there? Those. Don't they bother you when they're not in the right form? I just,
Why you
'cause I
gotta
was
get
looking
on
at
my
the live.
balls like
I was
that,
looking
bro?
at your live.
Leave my balls alone, Carly.
I'm fixing those later.
You are not fixing those. Those are autographs.
Oh, geez, no. I love you.
I love you too.
You have some
Oh, I do. Mail day.
Bye, guys.
Man, I love her. That's my wife. I got married at 20, for those who don't know. 20 years old. I'm 21. We've been married about a year and a half. In that year and a half, not once have the New York Yankees made me smile, a true smile. These damn Yankees. So the Yankees are looking at a backup catcher. Poor John Heyman. The Yankees are looking at backup catchers. Why not? Why not a starting catcher? The Yankees already have backup catchers. In fact, they have 3 backup catchers. Austin Wells, Ali Sanchez, and oh wait, JC Excola. The Yankees already have backup catchers, and you're looking at backup catchers. My gosh. We're about to enter the final half hour of this trade deadline. At this point, man, I want to cry. I want to bawl my eyes out. So the Yankees give up their 5th prospect, left-handed pitcher, a southpaw, left-handed pitcher Henry LaLanne, as being the primary prospect going back to San Francisco for Heliot Ramos. The Yankees have no spine. The Yankees don't care about fans. Brian Cashman, man, do something. Why look at backup catches? How about an actual... Oh my gosh, man. How about an actual reliever, a starting catcher, and one more right-handed hitter? If Brian Cashman is able to pull that off, then you know what? I'll be happy. Meanwhile, the Boston Red Sox are gearing up for a World Series run, it seems, trading for left-handed reliever Eric Miller. They got Adley Rutschman and Eric Miller today. I mean, well, my gosh, the past 2.5 hours for Boston have been so big. They're going for the American League East. Tampa Bay so the Tampa Bay Rays got better. The Boston Red Sox got better. Baltimore selling. Toronto had a very 50-50 trade deadline between selling and buying, even though they're in last place in the East. Meanwhile, the Yankees, I wouldn't even say getting Heliot Ramos has them any better. I just think that really showcases that Aaron Judge is not coming back this year. So that's what I have to say on that. I want to. Would you guys watching this video? I need to hear. No way! No way! So with Henry Lalane going back to the New York Giants is top infielder prospect Caden Kent, who was drafted in 2025 by the New York Yankees. Kent was ranked 13th in the Yankee system, son of Jeff Kent. Oh my gosh, the Yankees just got scammed. The Yankees just got scammed. Oh my gosh! I hate this team. I hate this team so much. I really do hate this team. I swear I hate this team. Like, why? Why would we trade Caden Kent? That's gonna bite the Yankees. Unless Caden Kent deals with multiple injuries in his minor league career that has him set back so much that the Yankees got finessed by the Giants, man. The New York Yankees just got finessed by the San Francisco Giants. What the heck? This is so this is such a Yankees trade deadline, man. Oh my gosh. So clearly Hal Steinbrenner is okay with Brian Cashman doing absolutely nothing and running his father's business into the ground. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. We gave up two top prospects for Heliot Ramos. Why would we do that? Oh my gosh, why would we do that? Oh my gosh. Cashman really thought too that he won this deal. He thought this was a good enough trade to make. Oh my gosh. I think Brian Cashman's lost it. I think Brian Cashman has gone insane. Have him get like a psych exam. People talk about Cash God, Trade God, and Brian Cashman. No. This is so bad. I can't even yell, man. Because I don't even have my voice anymore because I've been yelling so much today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why? I just want this trade deadline to be over with. I'm about to lose it here, man. I am just getting. I'm so angry right now. Oh my gosh. Well, it's 5:33. We are now under a half hour remaining. Under a half hour remaining before the trade deadline. That is at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have breaking news with Jeff Passan for a trade. Of course, it's not the New York Yankees. The Cleveland Guardians are acquiring Forster Griffin from the Washington Nationals. Of course, any team but the Yankees are doing a trade. I'm pretty sure every team except the New York Yankees today have made multiple trades. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But I'm like 95% sure. Oh my gosh, man. I don't even want to show my face. The Yankees are so embarrassing at this point. What is Brian Cashman doing? Talking about getting backup catches. Put on the clown mask, guys. Put on the clown mask. We need it. This Yankee team, man. This freaking Yankees team. It's killing me. You're killing me, Cashman. Killing me. Oh my gosh, man. This Yankees team, bro. This Yankees team is pathetic. We really got Heliot Ramos and Jason Mingus in the same outfield. We really have. We really have Jason Dominguez and Heliot Ramos in the same outfield. This team is so buns, my guy. This team is so freaking buns. But Brian Cashman needs to be sent to a maximum security prison. He really does. I mean, what he's doing should be so illegal. And we have breaking news from Jeff Passion. Another trade. Is it the New York Yankees, though? No, it's not. The new. the- oh my gosh. The Minnesota Twins are acquiring reliever Jeff Hoffman in a trade with the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm done. I'm done here. You have the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays, who are last place in the National League East, are taking this trade deadline more seriously right now than the New York Yankees, who are 2.5 games out of first. If that doesn't say everything that needs to be said, I don't know what could then. The last place Toronto Blue Jays have had a better trade deadline than the second place 2.5 games back New York Yankees. We gotta do like a picket line outside of Yankee Stadium. No. Hal Steinbrenner is unfair. Brian Cashman is in there. You know, if I'm from SpongeBob, I need some laughter right now in my life. I haven't watched SpongeBob since I was maybe 8 years old. I should go back to watch it tonight. You know what? I'll just take a look at the Yankees lineup card for tonight, and that'll give me a chuckle. That'll give me a big chuckle. Ha ha ha! Look who's laughing now, Brian Cashman. I'm the laughingest laugher who's ever laughed. You incompetent GM. You have no spine, Brian Cashman. Damn you. Damn this whole Yankees franchise. We're 22 minutes away from the deadline, and we've only made one trade today that had our number 5 and number 13 prospect go to San Francisco for a damned left fielder who's not even hitting 270 on the season and who's a career 250 hitter. And I don't have a voice. I know I lost my voice. Can the Yankees just do something? Anything, Brian Cashman. You can't tell me that Heliot Ramos is the only move, man. You can't. That would be so disappointing. I tell you, that really would be like massively. But you know what? That's the Yankees, though. That's your New York Yankees. Meanwhile, Nathan Eovaldi, who has a full trade clause, Jeff Passan reported just now that he will not be traded today. So Nathan Eovaldi will not be traded today. Meanwhile, the Mets are calling up Jeffrey Yan. Would be nice if the Yankees called up George Lumbo Jr. Would love that. Would absolutely love that. We are now in the final 20 minutes. Yankees, do something, please. I can't even really talk at this point. You know, my voice is so shot. Gotta have some like tea with honey. After this or something, I don't know. We're at the point right now. We are at the point right now where, as things stand, the New York Yankees could possibly very well start the trio of Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, and Ryan McMahon in the playoffs. And if that does not scare the absolute living poop out of you, then I don't know what could scare you. This New York Yankees trade deadline has been abysmal. It's been disgusting and it's been so lethargic from the New York Yankees. It's driven me insane. I've been live now for 2 hours and 55 minutes. This is the longest live stream I've ever done in my life. And I feel like ripping my hair out right now at seeing what the Yankees have not done and then what they did do with Heliot Ramos. It's I mean, the Yankees catcher position has become such an easy out. I mean, do you really expect me to believe that the Yankees could win a World Series with catchers who combined to hit maybe 199? I mean, Austin Wells is hitting in his last 36 games. Austin Wells is hitting close to 300 at 280 with near 1,000 OPS. So the Yankees, oh my gosh, the Yankees probably thought that Austin Wells found it finally. Austin Wells is hitting 161, by the way, on the season, guys. 161. We're about to enter the final 10 minutes, folks. This is just, it's so pathetic. For the final 15 minutes of the trade deadline. Yankees are spineless. That's what I just tweeted out. Because it's the truth. I just want this deadline to be over with. I'm so fed up with the Yankees right now. I'm so fed up with the Yankees. Aaron Judge is gonna be 36 by 2028. So if there's not gonna be baseball in 2027, I mean Judge, I think, I mean 36, you're out of your prime. So I think the window to win a World Series with Judge is gonna be gone by then. I mean, it's bad, man. It's really bad. Aaron Judge may honestly be the best player in the history of baseball to never win a World Series. 2024 was the chance. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, what did they do? They fumbled it. Judge literally fumbled the baseball. Man, that was bad. That was really bad. When he did that, when he dropped the ball. I'm just scrolling through Twitter trying to see if any trade updates. So, and we got one. The Diamondbacks are acquiring a Laws Newt Bar from the Cardinals. So, as we are in the final 12 minutes. You can't make this up with the Yankees, man. You really can't. You really, really can't make this up. So, so as we are about to enter with 10 minutes left, is Brian Cashman gonna do anything? There's not even rumors going around. And everyone that the Yankees have been rumored to trade for have already been traded. So, I mean, it's kind of at the point of, yeah, we're done. The Yankees are done. They're not going to do any other moves. So it's over with for the New York Yankees for this season. I don't even know. I don't even know how to feel about this trade deadline. Like, I'm not even disappointed. I just feel angry. I don't even feel disappointed necessarily as the right way to put it. I feel so angry right now inside about the Yankees and Brian Cashman. It's now 5:50. We are officially 10 minutes away. Like, I just feel so deprived of life right now. I don't get this team, man. I don't get this team. This team aggravates me, aggravates me, aggravates me. I hate this team. I hate this team so much, but I'm still a fan of it. I'm gonna watch every game. Watch every game. 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left until the 6 p.m. deadline. We are over 3 hours into this live stream, by the way, guys. Wow. That's crazy. Just trying to sit here and think of a time when the Yankees were actually a competitive team. Seems like such a long time ago. So I'm just kind of assuming at this point with some seven about to be 6 minutes left before 6 o'clock, the Yankees aren't gonna do anything. I think the Mets are done for the day as well. It's just disappointing. I mean, that's the only way to fully describe it. But you know what? There's something called hope and faith. And I have hope and faith. I have hope and faith that the New York Yankees, within the next 6 minutes, are going to make at least one more trade. I pray they do. Until then, I could only refresh Twitter, just looking for a timeline on my feed. Yeah, I do have to say, Elliot Ramos, he just said this in an interview after being traded to the New York Yankees. This is a full quote from Elliot Ramos, the brand new New York Yankees left fielder who the Yankees traded their fifth prospect to, along with their 13th ranked prospect to the San Francisco Giants for. Elliot Ramos said, quote, if they traded for me, it's because they want me, obviously. So I'm very proud. It's the Yankees at the end of the day. That's an organization that when you're a kid and you're Puerto Rican, everybody knows about it. Everybody wants it. So Elliot Ramos seems to be very honored to become a New York Yankee. While it seems to be at least a good 87% of the Yankees fans are not happy whatsoever that he is a New York Yankee. So hopefully things could come around. It's always great seeing players when they signed by the Yankees, or especially traded for them, when they're just so happy uh, to become a New York Yankee. That knowing that some players still feel the prestige of putting on that pinstripe uniform. So it's really nice. Meanwhile, it's 5:56. We have a trade. It's not the Yankees, though. It's the Cleveland Guardians. The Cleveland Guardians are acquiring Nathaniel Lowe in a trade with the Cincinnati Red. Sources tell ESPN. So the Cleveland Guardians have been very active today. In what has most definitely been a very, very busy trade deadline Monday. It is now 5:57. We are 3 minutes away from the trade deadline. It is 5:57. The trade deadline is at 6 p.m. on the East Coast. As I'm watching the clock app move on my phone. Now, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to stay live for about a minute or two past the 6 o'clock mark just to see if there's any late trade announcements, which there usually are. Hopefully, there's one with the Yankees. We have a trade announcement. The Miami Marlins have made a trade. As the Miami Marlins, poor Jeff Passan, the Miami Marlins are acquiring right-handed reliever Victor Vodnik from the Colorado Rockies for infielder Connor Norby and right-hander Aiden May, sources tell ESPN. It is now 5:58. There are now 2 minutes left before the clock strikes 6. We are 2 minutes away from midnight, from when we are going to find out if the New York Yankees have a spine or not. So far, they have shown that they don't have a spine, as it looks very much that the New York Yankees are not going to acquire a catcher of any type. It's 5:58. This is scary. I'm not gonna lie. This is really scary. Will the New York Yankees satisfy fans who are very loud, very rowdy right now, are the Yankees fans? In what is a home game tonight in the Bronx for the New York Yankees. I'm sure fans are gonna make it known their displeasure, as the New York Yankees have been a spineless team so far in this trade deadline. Only one trade so far, as we have a minute left to go. It is 5:59, a minute left to go, and as of now, the New York Yankees have only made a single trade today for Elliot Ramos, trading 2 top prospects for him. Oh, this is big. This is big if the Yankees don't. 5:59. About 20 seconds remain, less than that, until 6 o'clock. Nathaniel Lowe to the Guardians. As it is now 6 o'clock, there can no longer be any trades. This is now the trade deadline. It has now come. We are now at the trade deadline, and it seems like the New York Yankees have not had any other acquisitions besides Heliot Ramos. I'm gonna stay live for about another 2 more minutes to see of any late trades that come in, but it appears as such that the New York Yankees, because there was no rumors about the Yankees talking with any other team. Casey Mays is going to the Padres. That's not a Yankee related trade. It seems as though that Brian Cashman did not work any magic. In fact, it seemed like Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner were asleep at the wheel, and Aaron Judge may possibly not be coming back in 2026. Meanwhile, the New York Mets did 8 trades at this deadline. The Yankees did 1. And still, nothing new. No new trades, no new moves involving the New York Yankees. This can't be it, could it? It's 6:01. The Pittsburgh Pirates have made a trade with the Miami Marlins. They are acquiring right-handed reliever Luke Bachar from Miami Marlins. Reported by Jeff Passion. We are now at 6:02. We are 2 minutes past the trade deadline. And it seems that the New York Yankees have not made any trades. My gosh. The New York Yankees failed the 2026 Major League Baseball trade deadline. It truly does seem like there are no Yankee trades that will be announced. This is an F trade deadline rating. 100%. How embarrassing is this? And it is official with the New York Mets. The New York Mets are done at the trade deadline. There's going to be no other trades announced for the New York Mets. So it seems like the Yankees are going to be done as well. It's now 6:03. You don't normally see moves past 6:05 get announced. I'm going to stay live for just another minute or two because I truly cannot believe what I'm not seeing right now, that the Yankees really are not making any other moves. I am at awe. I am in shock. I am disappointed. The New York Yankees, if they really did not make any other moves, then this is so embarrassing from New York. So disgusting from New York. The New York Yankees used to be feared, and it's announced from John Heyman. The New York Yankees did nothing beyond what's been reported. The New York Yankees have not made any other trades at this trade deadline. My gosh. How despicable, how disgusting are the New York Yankees? My gosh, the New York Yankees have not made any other trades besides what's been reported. That's so, oh my gosh, I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that the Yankees aren't gonna win the World Series this year, and expect an Aaron Judge is not coming back this season announcement sometime in the soon future, because that's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna get. How, oh my gosh, how disgusting is that? How disgusting is that? Shame on the Yankees, shame on Brian Cashman, shame on Hal Steinbrenner. Shame on them. What an absolutely pathetic, pathetic franchise. What an absolutely pathetic franchise that the New York Yankees are. Not making any moves when you clearly need a catcher. When you clearly need relief pitching. How stupid. How stupid. How sad. I'm ending this live stream in a minute, guys. Just how stupid are the Yankees? How sad are the Yankees as a franchise? This is so embarrassing. As a Yankee fan. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I gotta say, I'm so tired right now. We're 3 hours and 19 minutes into this. So just thank you guys so much for tuning in, and God bless you all. I truly mean it. This is the longest live stream I've ever done. Thank you for being with me while I was crashing out, and have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. At the end of the day, go Yankees, go Mets. But man, how disappointing did a trade deadline that the New York Yankees had. It was a tale of two Borbos. The New York Mets needed to sell the team and have a great deadline. They did exactly that. The New York Mets made 8 trades and they got high valued prospects. The New York Mets' future looks bright. Meanwhile, the New York Yankees needed catching. They needed relief pitching. They needed valued hitting. They did none of that. They made only one trade today, which was past 5 o'clock, less than an hour before the trade deadline, for an outfielder who is not even a career 260 hitter, which likely also showcases that Aaron Judge will not be back here in 2026. Comment down below what you guys think. Thank you once again for tuning in. Take it easy, folks.